Welcome to the Bushido gang. What's up, guys? It's Attack on Samurai, and welcome to my set 2 match for the RBY Global. So, since I lost round 1, or not round 1, since I lost set 1, I have to beat Blue for set 2, and if I can beat him for set 2, then that will give me a tiebreaker. So, I got 2 tiebreakers then, because I still got my one. I still have one for ADV, and if I can beat him. If I can beat Blue, then I have another one. So, oh boy, it's just all these close games. I hate having them. But before we get started, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord Bushido gang, and subscribe for some more content on the channel. Also follow me on my Pokemino, and check out my Smokearm profile. All those links will be down in the description. So without further ado, let's dive into this game. Also, I'm trying to reach 300 subs before the summer ends, so I would appreciate it if you guys can help me reach that goal. And yeah, so without further ado, let's dive in. So turn 1, I lead with Zapdos, as he's going to lead with Zam. He's going to switch right into the Chansey as I go right into my own Chansey, predicting T-Wave, but he's going to go for the T-Wave now as I go for my own T-Wave, and I landed as well. So we both T-Wave our Chansey, which is great. He's going to go into the Lax as I go for the Ice Beam to catch whatever came in. I go into my own Lax to catch whatever he goes for. He goes for the Body Slam there. I'm going to go for Reflect, as he's going to go for the Reflect as well. And we're just going to keep Body Slamming until whoever, gives out. So we're going to Body Slam each other. And I'm actually 3 attack on this Lax, so I'll be able to actually boom on him if need be. So I'm going to go for the Body Slam again, I think. Yeah, I do go for the Body Slam there. And I think I go for the boom here, or I just go for the Body Slam again. Also, my connection dropped too. So he's going to actually go for the Hyper Beam there. And I'm going to kill him, and we're going to, just pretty much drop both of our Laxes. So our Laxes are gone. Now I go into my own Tauros as he brings in his own Tauros, and now I'm going to Body Slam him as he's going to go for the Body Slam on me and get the crit as well. So I have to go into Rhydon to catch Beam as he goes for the Beam and misses. Now you can go into Lapras there. Don't know why he didn't actually just attack me. I feel like he should have went for the Blizzard if he had it, but I guess maybe he didn't want to risk Blizzard missing. Or also you just wanted to bring in Lapras, which also pressured my Rhydon anyway. But Rock Slide would have actually messed up that Lapras a little bit. So bringing in my own Zapdos was pretty good here, as I'm able to actually pressure him. And I pressure him a lot because I actually get a crit on that Lapras. So that's going to be a dead Lapras. Now in comes Eggy. Go for the Drill Pad to get some damage on that as he goes for the Sleep Powder and puts my Zapdos to sleep. So I was okay with that. Now I go into Chansey, as he's going to go for the Psychic there and get a drop on me. But I can actually pressure him with the Ice Beam too if need be. Go back into Zapdos as he goes for the Psychic there and gets a crit on me, so that's nice. Now I'm going to try and wake up, but I'm not going to wake up there. And now I pretty much have to, just sack my Zapdos here. And I could actually bring in something else to pressure the Eggy. Dun-da-da is the Articuno. So Articuno can come in here and go for the Blizzard, get some damage on that Chansey. And now I can go back into my own Chansey to catch T-Wave, as he's actually going to get paralyzed there. I go for the Sing there to catch whatever will come in, but he goes for the T-Wave instead, but he gets paralyzed there instead. So I go for the Beam to get some chip on him. He goes for the Toss instead, so he's actually Toss Chansey. Could be Toss Beam Chansey though. He goes for the Toss again, as now I'm gonna keep my Soft Bolt going. He's gonna Soft Bolt again, and he's pretty much back to full. So now he brings in Tauros as I go for the Ice Beam, and Ice Beam does a decent chunk to that Tauros. He's gonna go for the Body Slam instead of actually switching. Again, if I were him, in my opinion, I don't think you ever do this with Tauros. I don't think you ever stay in against Chansey with Tauros unless Chansey's low. If Chansey's low, then you could definitely just attack it. But if it's still at full health, I don't think it's really wise to just go for the attack, because yeah, you do have a high crit rate with Body Slam and Hyper Beam, but this could happen to you. So never let this happen to you against Chansey, because that's gonna happen, and that's gonna be a paralyzed Tauros, which means my own Tauros is gonna pressure him, so it's gonna be good. He's gonna go for the Body Slam there, no pair on my Rhydon, which is great. I go for the Rock Slide. I'm not able to kill that though. Goes for the Blizzard there, does a good chunk to my Rhydon, but now I can go for the Body Slam. And in case he wants to go into whatever he had, he goes into Zam, and now I can kill that with Earthquake. So Rhydon is putting in work right now, which is great. Again, everything's already worn down. I can go into Chansey here to catch Sleep, or whatever he goes for. He goes for the Psychic there. And pretty much he's kind of forced to go for Boom or even Beam, which he actually showed. I was very surprised he showed Beam. Beam Eggy is something I never see. Again, I'm so used to seeing Sleep, Psychic, Double Edge, and Explosion, or Sleep, Psychic, Leech Seed Explosion, or Sleep, Psychic, Stun Spore Explosion. I'm used to those Eggies. Seeing an offensive Eggy with Eggy with Hyper Beam is just so weird. Just so weird to see. I feel like that will work on a more offensive team. This team, I feel like, isn't that super offensive, unless maybe he had Reflect Zam. Then maybe I could see that. Well, he did have like reflect, body slam, hyper beam, probably like explosion lax. So this thing got walled by Gengar, but he had some stuff going, I guess. But yeah, this is okay. I'm okay with my with that dropping. I go for the beam. Beam does not kill that, unfortunately. So he's gonna kill off my Tauros there. In hindsight, going Articuno would have been the better play. As I could have actually, you know, like went for the Blizzard and killed him right there. But I really thought that beam would kill from that range, because I think the roll against Eggy is actually about 55, I think. It's like the highest roll you can go is 55. Hold up, wait a minute. Well, that's a crit, that's why. Without a crit, it does 45 to 53%, and he was already below, I think it was like 50. Hold up, wait a minute. Wrong game. wrong game. Wrong game. That's actually kind of a spoil. Okay, so yeah, I did. He was at like. Go back to the last turn. He was at 50%. So Hyper Beam would have done at least. Hyper Beam would have done like. Or it was a good chance. It was a high roll, but it was a good chance for me to go off that roll. So I had to go off that roll with my Tauros. So he's going to kill me with the beam, like I said before. And yeah, I had to go off that roll with the beam. So unfortunately, not getting that roll, it's going to allow my Tauros to die. So my Tauros is dead, and I have to go off Articuno actually cleaning this up. He goes into Chansey there as I go for the Blizzard, so I get some damage on that. And I actually get a crit right there, too. I go right on here as Rhydon can actually pressure him now. So now I go for the Earthquake, and I get a good chunk of damage on that Chansey. He's not going to kill off my Rhydon with the toss, and I'm able to body slam that Chansey. And now pretty much Articuno is going to win the game, as he can go for Sleep Powder, predicting my Articuno to come in. But I was never, ever going to switch into Articuno on an Eggy like that. So yeah, I had to go for the Blizzard. I went for the Blizzard. That's going to kill off the Eggy, and Blizzard will also kill that Tauros, and that's going to be the game unless he missed. But I was never going to miss, and that is GG. Well, I mean, I could have missed, but luckily that didn't happen. But yeah, that's going to be game 1. So I'll move on to game 2 in just 1 second. But yeah, this was a pretty close one though. It was a pretty God, I can't talk. It was a pretty close game. Definitely feel like I could have prevented some things from dying. Again, I didn't expect Hyper Beam Eggy, and not really Hyper Beam Lax. Hyper Beam Lax is something, again, you would see on more offensive teams. You wouldn't even, I don't think you really see it with Reflect. I think you would see like Counter with it or something. Because I think Counter could actually hit Gengar. I might be wrong though. But yeah, I think something like this would be like more common with a very offensive team. But again, it's fine. But this is all a good game though. So let's dive into game 2. I'll dive into game 2 in a quick second. Alright, so here is game 2. If I can beat Blue for game 2, then that means I don't have to have a game 3, and I can move on to my tie-breaking match. Which probably won't happen until like next week or the week after next. But yeah, again, if I can beat Blue here, then cool. That moves me on to round 2. So let's get it. So turn 1, I leave with Starmie as he leaves with Zam. I go for the T-Wave on the switch-in as he brings in the Chansey to take the T-Wave. So now I'm going to go into my own Chansey to catch the T-Wave as he does go for the T-Wave there. So now what he's going to do is actually go for the Seismic Toss on me as I'm going to get paralyzed. But I can't really do much here anyway, as my Chansey only has, reflecting T-Wave. And also Ice Beam as well. So unfortunately I get to freeze him there, so that's really bad. His Lax is going to be useless throughout the rest of the game. Now I can go for the Softball to keep my Chansey healthy, and also I have Reflect up, so Body Slam won't do that much to me. And I can also pressure his Tauros now, so he's going to try and break through, but it's not going to happen. I get the Sing off on that Tauros, so I'm actually Sing Reflect Chansey. He goes into Eggy as I bring in my own Lax, and I'm going to go back into Chansey to catch the Sleep Powder as I do catch it. And I can actually Ice Beam him if need be, but I'm actually going to predict the Psychic and go into my Jinx, as he's going to get the drop on my Jinx, but that's okay. He can bring in his own Chansey to catch the Blizzard, as I do go for it, and it only does like 13%. So now what I can do is go back into Chansey as he goes for T-Wave again, and I can just soft boil up my Chansey and keep it healthy. So I do that. He goes for the Toss, as he wants to weaken me and keep me low. I'm going to go for the Beam again to keep him low, as he's going to just switch out now and go into Tauros as I go into Lax now, and Lax is going to just pressure him right off that. Again, his own Lax is paralyzed. It's pretty much, not paralyzed, it's frozen. So I got to talk about frozen Mons. So in case you didn't know, in Gen 1, if your Pokemon is frozen, it stays frozen unless your opponent unless the Mon gets hit by a fire move, which fire type moves, or just fire types in general, are very rare in RBY. Like, you barely see any fire types. The only good fire type you would see is Moltres, and Moltres is pretty rare in general in RBY, so you don't really see it that much, and so, unless you see it on a more offensively based team. But yeah, he can't really do much, and I can't break him out of freeze. So yeah, I go for the body slam here, get some damage on that Eggy. As he can go for the psychic or sleep powder. Again, I go Chansey to catch it. Then I go Jinx on Psychic again, as he does go for it. And does he get the drop? He did get the drop again. So I go for the Blizzard again. Actually, no, I go for the toss. I go for the toss this time, and it does a decent chunk of damage, but not that much. I go back into Chansey as he goes for the toss back on me. And I gotta just keep this healthy as I go into Lax, as he's gonna go into Tauros. So I do catch the Tauros again. He goes back into Zam as I go for the body slam, and I do a good chunk of damage to him. No para there, but he could paralyze me here. He should have went for the Psychic there, or even switch. But now I'm gonna kill off his Lax, or kill off his Zam. And now he goes Lapras, and Lapras can't really do too much to me, as he can go for the Blizzard there and keep me low. Now I gotta keep my Chansey healthy, but unfortunately I'm gonna get paralyzed here. And I pretty much just say, screw it, you can take it. So he goes for the Hyper Beam and kills off my Chansey, which I was okay with. I go Starmie here, go for the Thunderbolt, as it does a decent chunk of damage to him. He goes for the Sing. He misses, unfortunately. He brings in the Eggy as I go for a T-Bolt, not doing that much to that Eggy. I go into the Starmie, or I go into Lax as he goes for the Sleep Powder. He goes for the Psychic there, as I believe I go for the Body Slam again just to keep him low. I get the para there. And now I can go into Jinx as he goes for the Psychic again, and I do catch Psychic right there, and no drop as well. So now he brings in the Chansey as I get the Blizzard off on that, and now I go back in the Lax and keep pressuring him. So again, my goal is to pressure him with the Lax. So I get the Body Slam off on that Tauros. I get a crit as well, and that is pretty much going to be a wrap, because again, I saw my Tauros in the back, and Tauros is pretty much going to sweep at this point because everything's already low and put in Tauros range. So yeah, unfortunately. Again, the freeze definitely mattered a lot. If you didn't let this, if Lax didn't get frozen, then this probably wouldn't have happened. I go for the Boom here and just knock out his Lapras. So Lax pretty much gets 3 kills, and now Tauros is gonna sweep the rest of the game with Blizzard plus Body Slam, and yeah, that's just gonna be that pretty much. So yeah, I just Body Slam it down. He gets the T-Wave off, but it doesn't really matter at this point, as Beam can just kill that, and that is going to be game 2, and pretty much that means that I move on to round 2 of the RBY Global. So again, the first game was a lot closer than this one, again, due to the hacks that happened in this game. So it is very unfortunate that this is the way that RBY is. Again, like the hacks rate is pretty, I really do think the hacks rate is a lot higher here than in any other gen. Again, that's just personally my opinion. But yeah, it really is unfortunate for my opponent that Lax didn't really get to do much here. He had a decent team though. I liked his team. But yeah, like I said, he really couldn't get much going with his Lax being what's called frozen. This is also the same team he used in the first game too. So when I saw him use this team again, I was just like, I thought you'd have a different team, but I guess not. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be that. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord Bushido gang, and subscribe for some more content on the channel. Also follow me on my Pokemino and check out my Smokearm profile. All of those links will be down in the description. So that is going to be my my matches for the RBY Global. I'll let you guys know when my tiebreaker happens for RBY, and I'll probably record that one too. Same with ADV. I still gotta have my ADV match too, and hopefully I can move on to round 2 for that, because definitely would love to do that, because again, ADV is just my jam, man. That's my jam. But yeah, I'll see y'all then. Take care. Hope you have a good one. Be safe. Wash your hands, and peace out.